This video is to demonstrate the work done for the course Information Retrieval and Web Search Engines. In this assignment, we provide a visualization for the data that we have indexed. The tools that we have used for this purpose are D3 and Facet View and Banana. We have integrated D3 and Facet View into a combined visualization platform, while Banana is kept separate. But both Facet View and Banana have been integrated with Solr. Facet View basically filters the data that we get from Solr and provides it to D3 to by the means of intermediate scripts, which converts data from the Solr's JSON format to the format that D3 requires. Banana is queried directly on Solr, and the panels that it uses filters and forms facets directly on the data from Solr. The first visualization tool is D3 and Facet View. Here we can have a look at the first query. The query is to find time-based trends that can be inferred from the collected documents about climate change in polar regions. In particular, we look at terms like global warming, ocean water circulation, and carbon dioxide, and look at the documents which have these terms to infer trends. In this D3 visualization, we have integrated Facet View as well to select which data we want to display. For instance, here if we select warming, which is nothing but global warming, we can see a time series panel of the number of years on the x-axis and the frequency of documents on the y-axis. We can also zoom in on any particular year by using this sliding panel. We can now see a more detailed distribution of documents across time periods. We also can select some other data by using the drop down menu. For example, if we select ocean circulation, you can see that the distribution changes because this is a representation of documents which talk about ocean water circulation. Here also we can see many peaks, and these peaks represent the time periods which when this topic was discussed a lot. The third paradigm for this data is carbon dioxide. As you can see, when we select that term, the data changes to show the distribution of documents which mention carbon dioxide. Now let's have a look at the second query. A second query is ask us to find regions of interest that can be identified based on documents related to cryoscopic topics. In particular, we look at documents which talk about glaciers, ice sheets, and snowmelt. Again, we use Facet View's selection panel to see what data we would like to show in our D3 visualization. For this question, we have used a map-based visualization. As you can see, when you select glacier data, you see a map of the world and with points on it which represent the location where where the document related to glaciers was mentioned. When you hover over this point, it shows the location as Milwaukee in USA. As you can see, the glacier data is concentrated very highly in the US and a little bit in Canada. Let's select some other data, which is ice sheet data. Again, as you can see that the concentration of locations is more in the USA and Canada, while a little bit in Europe as well. The third type of data we have is snowmelt data. As you can see that the number of documents which talk about snowmelt are relatively lesser than the other two topics. Now let's have a look at query 3. Query 3 basically asks us to study the atmospheric chemistry and composition of gases and identifies which gases are being talked about the most, and thus relate that which gases are the most important. We have shown this information in the form of two widgets. First is the pie chart and the second is the area chart. If you look at the pie chart, you can see that the gas ozone is talked about in 55% of the documents, while carbon dioxide in 28% and methane in 17%. Here we have only taken the top three gases into consideration. As you can see in the area chart, the x-axis denotes the year and the y-axis denotes the frequency. When you hover over any of the points, it will show you the number of documents as well as the label for that point. In this instance, in the year 2003, the label ozone or the gas ozone is being talked about in 37 different documents. Now let's move to query 4. Query 4 asks us to identify time-based trends on the NASA study of forest science. We can do this by describing the importance of certain topics related to forest science based on the document frequency. In this visualization, we have used D3 scatter plot widget. The three areas of forest science that we have identified are forest fires represented by blue, forest management represented by orange, and reforestation represented by green. The points are plotted such that the x-axis represents the year and the y-axis represents the document frequency. The point that I'm hovering over shows that the topic of reforestation was talked about in 5 different documents in the year 2006. We can see that there is generally an upward trend in the number of documents being talked about forest science, which shows us that this is an increasingly important topic. In addition, we can see that the forest management and reforestation is talked about more than forest fire, which also makes it a relatively more important topic. Now let's move on to query 5. Query 5 is a simple query which asks us to display the relative importance of locations which are talking about the rising sea levels. Here we have represented this using a simple bubble chart. In the bubble chart, the size of each bubble is in proportion to the number of documents which talk about it. As you can see that the Arctic is being talked about in 293 documents. This is a relatively more common location as compared to others. Other locations of importance are New Zealand, Australia, United States, Boulder, etc.
The second visualization technique used is Banana, which actually uses data from that is indexed using Solar, and we can visualize it using the panels in provided by Banana. So here we use the query panel first, where we can type whatever text we want to search. Say the first query is regarding global warming. This actually matches terms based on the keywords. So we type the keyword over here. The total hits panel gives us the total number of documents retrieved. Then the filter in the facet can help you filter your search based on location or title. Then there is the table of fields that are retrieved from the JSON file in Solar. So you can view each field separately or together. Say we select title over here, then we get the title of all the documents that were retrieved. Then we have a map which actually gives us information about where global warming has affected which areas in the world. Then there is a tag cloud, which actually is similar to the bubble feature of D3, and the size of the text in the tag cloud is directly proportional to the weight. Then we have the heat map, which gives us the frequency of the location with respect to the various file names. So here we have Colorado appearing in different titles with different frequencies. Similarly, we actually search for different keywords, say glaciers, which is with respect to the second query. So here I type in glaciers and I get 1565 documents. So here you can actually filter it using, say, a particular location. If I search based on Colorado, then the filtering panel actually shows the field location Colorado with that is a must in the query term. So here you can visualize this information in the map and the tag cloud as well as the heat map. And now we go to the third query. So say instead of glacier, we type in forest science over here, and then it gives us, say, 123 results, and the information is displayed in the various panels. Now with respect to the fourth query, we have rising sea levels. So we search and we get 30 documents, and here we have created a separate tag cloud panel which actually displays information with respect to the title. So GCMD actually contains more information about the rising sea levels. So the tag cloud has given it more weight and it is displayed in a larger font.